Good evening. I am Tom Burkhart, principal of the high school, and on behalf of the Maine-Endwell Central School District, we welcome you to Spartan Stadium for the 59th Commencement Ceremonies celebrating the class of 2021. And it is truly a great day to be a Spartan, as we say. I know we just did so, but how about one round of applause for our graduating seniors? At the beginning of this year, we were wondering whether we would be able to be in a situation like this at the end of the school year. All together here at Spartan Stadium, under the lights in a few minutes, and celebrating the At the beginning of this year, we were wondering whether we would be able to be in a situation like this at the end of the school year. All together here at Spartan Stadium, under the lights in a few minutes, and celebrating the At the beginning of this year, we were wondering whether we would
of America, and to the republic which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Nice job, Caitlin Lockhart. So again, I am Principal Tom Burkhart. I'm going to be kind of your MC tonight as we go through the ceremony. First off, I'd like to start with a few thank yous. Biggest thank you is, with this challenging year, thank you to all of our teaching staff and support staff for getting these students to where they are today. How about a round of applause for them? I want to especially thank, even leading up tonight, because they worked really hard today, our counseling office and the staff in the counseling office. Thank you. I want to thank our main office staff and our assistant principals, senior principal, Ms. Murphy. And assistant principal, Jen Yurko. There's a lot of work that went into today and also into senior awards building up to this week. And I want to especially thank our custodians for making all this happen tonight. And last but certainly not least, I want to thank our Board of Education and our entire Maine-Endwell community for supporting events like these. Thank you. We do have just a couple logistical items. This is about the first time in I think maybe 10 or 15 years since we've done graduation here at Spartan Stadium. We're very excited to be back. First and foremost, bathrooms. If you need to use the facilities, we do have outside facilities located by the scoreboard and also by the concession stand. And we have inside facilities up to my right, your left, by the blue shed. You can walk into the building and use the facilities there. So one thing down. I also am supposed to give a little bit of a weather warning, but I went through our program tonight, and I know Mrs. Conklin in our counseling office is very much a stickler for every detail when it comes to graduation from beginning to end. And I don't see bad weather in our program, so I don't think it's going to happen. So we're going to skip that. We do have a couple of COVID procedures that we have in place. You'll notice that there are some things that have changed recently, which we're very glad about. One thing that we are going to be doing different this year is our diploma handout, just to be safe. We're going to do something a little bit different. So I was working with our friends at Rumble Pony Stadium and the manager JB over there, and he helped me out with a little addition. Mrs. Yurko, can you help me out here real quick? For those of you not aware, this is we rebuilt this and we dubbed it the diploma delivery device. So here's our diploma delivery device right here. It's ready to go. And yes, just changing the name of it is a modification that does count. So Strati, you're first one up. Let's see how this thing works. You ready to give us a try? All right, you ready? All right. All right. What's that, Miss Murphy? Okay. Uh, First, you told me so. Okay, I got it. Yeah, that wasn't gonna work. Okay. And the guidance has changed again. So what does it say on there? Oh, we can just hand them to him. We can just hand them to him. Strati, we're gonna get some tape for that for you. So we'll get that squared away for you. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. You'll still be able to hang that up on the wall. It'll be okay. All right, let me just I'm gonna update my resume real quick and check off fired a t-shirt cannon. So we got that. All right. Thank you. All right. So we're just gonna hand them out. We're just gonna hand them out. So we roll with the punches, just like we did all year. Things change very quickly and on the dot, and we have to adjust and overcome. And my advice to you guys before as we move on, before we go on to the next thing, is I'm going to take a little piece of advice from our buddy Ferris Bueller. You guys remember Ferris Bueller? Have you seen that show? That movie a long time ago? He said life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and take a look around once in a while, you could miss it. And just for the record, Ferris Bueller in that movie, he took 9 days off. You guys crushed that record, every single one of you. So, you got him beat already. So, kudos to you. Great job, class of 2021. At this time, it is my pleasure to invite up your student council president, Miss Isabella DeRosa, for her speech.
Good evening, everyone. It is my pleasure to welcome students, families, faculty, and staff as we gather here for the graduation of the class of 2021. Every one of you has made an impact on the graduates who sit here today. All throughout my life, people have told me time flies. However, the reality of this never truly hit me until this year. The countless sports games, concerts, school dances, pep rallies, and parades are all gone in what feels like the blink of an eye. Now, instead of walking to the bus for our first day of kindergarten, we are walking across the stage to receive our diplomas. Oftentimes, we fail to realize what we've got until it's gone. It is important that we treasure the good times, for they won't last forever, and to not sweat the hard times, because they can't last forever either. With this being said, hold on to the people closest to you, live in the moment, and never take anything for granted, because time may slip through your fingers sooner than you expect. It is evident that this year has been a struggle for us all. Despite the difficulty it has caused, this pandemic has taught us how to adapt to a new way of life, be patient, support one another, and to persevere when faced with hardships. These are lessons that will be useful as we continue on our journey to fulfill our future aspirations. At the start of COVID, we viewed it as a relief, a break from real life, school, and all other responsibilities. but we were soon stripped of everything that we enjoyed and the people that we love, revealing how truly precious time and life are. As we proceed to the next chapter of our lives, it's crucial to reminisce on the legacy that we've all made together. Commencement should not be solely a celebration in the moment, but a celebration of all the moments that have led up to it. Throughout the years, we have worked hard towards our education and achievements, learned various life lessons, have built meaningful relationships that have contributed to the formation of our character. The memories that we have made here at Maine-Endwell are a part of who we are today and who we will become in the future. Before we move on, we owe a debt of gratitude to all the people who have made these 4 years everything that they were. Thank you to our teachers for sharing your knowledge and time with us. We appreciate your encouragement every step of the way and the extra effort that was put in to help us grow and succeed. Thank you to our parents and families for the endless love and support and for believing in us through every struggle. Thank you to our coaches and advisors for making school about more than just classwork and teaching us to work together in order to achieve our goals while still having fun. Thank you to our custodial staff and lunchroom attendants for keeping us healthy and our school clean and safe. Thank you to our guidance counselors for all of the advice and for ensuring that we are on the right track as we establish our future plans. Thank you to our administrators and office staff for creating an uplifting environment and for all of the hard work dedicated to improving our school. Finally, I'd like to thank my peers for sharing this high school experience with me and for pushing me to be the best version of myself every day. It's been a blessing to know all of you and grow close with you over the years. The best way for us graduates to show gratitude is to make the most out of every opportunity that we have been given by the people who have been here for us through it all. It is time for each of us to carve our paths and fulfill our purpose on the adventure ahead. Remember to cherish every moment and to be grateful for what you have. Although time may fly, the memories that we have made over these 4 years will last a lifetime. Take pride in how far you have come and have faith in how far you will go. I love you all, and I wouldn't be where I am today without you. I wish you all the best success and happiness in life. Thank you.
Thank you, Bella DeRosa, student council president, student class president, excuse me. At this time, I would like to invite up Elena Goldstone, your student council president.
Good evening, friends, family, teachers, and fellow graduates. A quote written by Ziad Albanor that stands out to me and I feel is relatable to all is 3 things you cannot recover in life: the moment after it's missed, time after it's wasted, the word after it's said. The moment after it's missed. The past year and a half, we have been faced with hardship. We have missed moments, from pep rallies, concerts, and games to school dances and everything in between. Moments in life form memories. This high school is more than just classrooms filled with books and desks. These 4 walls contain countless laughs, memorable conversations, and bonds that we have formed that will last a lifetime. Time after it's wasted. Before this pandemic, I personally wasted time. I took it for granted. At the start of our freshman year, we had 4 years ahead of us, 720 school days together, or so we thought. In total, we had about 460 normal days. Our life suddenly changed in the course of 1 weekend. Our 2-week break turned into 6 months. We missed time with one another. Although we were together for the back half of the school year, it was not the same. We missed out on our normal laughs. Instead, it was filled with constant 2-week quarantines, masks, and the PPE always getting in the way. Our last time spent together was far from our original normal, but we adjusted to make the best with what we had. Words after it's said. Pre-pandemic, I never understood the true meaning and value of not being able to recover words after it's said. Realize it's important to say how you feel before it's too late. I especially now know the importance of saying thank you. Sitting here today, I want to thank the teachers, staff, administration, and my friends and family for their constant love and support these past 4 years. I encourage everyone to think back to this quote as we all begin the next chapter of our life. Hold close and understand that everything can be taken away in the blink of an eye, so it's important to cherish time and not take it for granted. We have adjusted and persevered through one of the hardest challenges of our lives. We have been gifted throughout these years with amazing teachers and staff who have easily become our role models. We have adapted, matured, and grown into astonishing young adults with their guidance. We went from our first day of elementary school to sixth grade roller skating parties to sitting here today in what feels like 30 seconds. We are ready to take the next step, and I will forever have gratitude to Maine-Endwell for the lessons and memories that have shaped me into the person I am today. As we walk across the stage as a final memory with our school right behind us, closing this chapter in our books, I am proud to call this place home. Thank you.
All right, one more round of applause for Elena Goldstone, student class president. I know she looks really nice, and that was a really motivational speech. But if you've ever seen her in a Gaga ball pit, they're laughing. She's vicious. There's no prisoners, no prisoners. I still have welts, I think, from after prom party. So thank you, thank you. Next up, we have a message from Mr. Armazzani, our Board of Education president. Please give him a round of applause.
So, on behalf of the Maine-Endwell Board of Education, I'd like to welcome parents, families, friends, administrators, staff, our distinguished teachers, most of all our graduates. As graduates, the past 2 years have been very challenging for all of you. But you not only met the challenge, you rose above it and you exceeded. You should go forward with confidence because you learned that with all challenges comes opportunity. So take each opportunity and run with it, just like you did the past 2 years. You know, there's another reason why you should go out with confidence in all your endeavors. That's because your administrators and your staff, and most of all your teachers, rose above the challenge and provided the best quality education that was humanly possible. So I'm really confident of that. So meet every challenge, take every opportunity with confidence, because you are the Maine-Endwell class of 2021. Congratulations to you all.
Thank you, Mr. Armazzani. At this time, I would like to welcome to the stage Mr. Jason R. Van Fossen, Superintendent of Schools. Mr. Van Fossen?
Good evening. Officially being old, let me put on my glasses. First of all, I promise for the start of the 21-22 school year not to email or call nearly as many times as I did this year. I believe I was up to 175 and counting as of June 13th. So again, I just want to say that is my goal for 21-22. Good evening, everybody, and our esteemed guests. And as Mr. Burkhart and Mr. Armazzani have already mentioned, this is our 59th commencement. Tonight is special for many reasons. Obviously, I see all of our parents and guests who are here to celebrate for you, our graduates. The end of COVID is within sight. I think that obviously is enough reason to be thrilled. And it's the return to Spartan Stadium. And I know Mr. Burkhart had mentioned it's actually 16 years. June 25th to this day, 2005, was the last time that a graduating class in Maine-Endwell stood on this field or in this stadium and received their diploma. So 16 years, it's been a long time, and it's nice to be home. So again, congratulations. Before I continue, though, yeah, absolutely. And a little trivia, if anybody remembers, June 25th, 2005 was a Saturday. It was 95 degrees, about 100% humidity, and I believe it was that reason we decided to find an air-conditioned, climate-controlled venue. So again, what a wonderful evening tonight. But in all seriousness, before I continue, I do want to just take a moment, and if you would join me in a moment of silence as we honor those who are not here and that we lost this year. So if you would please join me in a moment of silence. Thank you. Class of 2021, while this isn't going to be your last or even your greatest achievement, you've earned a high school diploma. That is an honor, that is something to be respected and something to be thankful for and congratulatory. So again, congratulations, class of 2021. You've earned a high school diploma. And reflecting on the past 15 months, and I know it's been mentioned already, there's been a lot of sacrifices. You obviously are aware of that. But I also want to make sure that we recognize a few people within our community who also gave during the last 15 months. Obviously, our first responders, which I know we've spent a lot of time identifying all of the work that they did. Our essential workers and our business owners who have gone through economic turmoil, but also just all of the issues surrounding COVID and what that did for them and their lives. Your parents and relatives who we asked to become teachers with very little notice and obviously very little training. Our faculty and staff who created new learning models literally within hours and days and weeks and did the best we could to implement it over this last year. And then obviously you, our students, and our customers, if you will. You rarely complained. I know there were complaints, but under the circumstances, you took change in stride, and you came out, as I've heard from a few of you, with a new perspective on life. And if there's anything we can take from COVID-19 and the pandemic, is that appreciation for that perspective on life. So again, all was not lost. As a parent of two sons, I will leave you with the same advice I gave them as they graduated, one of them graduating last year in the middle of COVID. Life is a balancing act. Family, school or work, friends, stay connected to all three. And then last, have a goal and a plan for what you want to accomplish. So class of 2021, thank you for representing Maine-Endwell, both inside the classroom and out. We're thankful, we're proud of all of you, and congratulations. Now, I'm also honored to be able to present Distinguished Faculty Awards. The Maine-Endwell Central School District graduating class every year identifies 4 faculty members from the 4 buildings that represent Maine-Endwell and have them attend and be honored during graduation. There's nothing more rewarding than to have your students recognize you for your years of service and obviously how you touch them. So on behalf of the class of 2021, I would like to recognize our 2021 distinguished faculty. And I will call you up by building, and I'm going to start with Homer Brink. Mrs. Kathy DeLuca. Mrs. DeLuca? Escorted by her son, Max. Mrs. Diane Gibson Smith. Mrs. Patricia Linneberry. Mr. Taylor Norton. From Maine Memorial, Mr. Andrew Ewing. Mr. John Pufke. Mr. Jim Tokus. Mr. Jay Zunick. From the middle school, Mrs. Eleni Anastos. Out of retirement, Mrs. Kimberly Cole. Mr. Matt Simic. Now, Mr. John Shappert was also going to be recognized. He could not be with us tonight, so just a round of applause for Mr. Shappert from the middle school. Okay, and from our high school, Mrs. Carrie Chesna. Mrs. Nikki Escott Duvall. Mr. Ed Lamoureux. And Mrs. Rachel Murat. Congratulations and thank you.
How about one more round of applause for our distinguished teachers chosen by the class of 2021? Also want to recognize Mrs. Morant, who is also the advisor of this class. So one round of applause for Mrs. Morant for being their advisor. She did an amazing job this year with all the senior events, dodging all those COVID regulations, making sure that they had a great experience. I think she went above and beyond, and the kids had an amazing end of the school year. So thank you. At this time, it is my pleasure to invite up to the stage our salutatorian, Mr. Jackson McCauley. It's a long walk, Jackson. Take your time. This is your moment. Congratulations.
Hi guys! Look at us, we made it! I honestly wasn't sure if we would. Not that I'm saying that I didn't think we would all graduate, though. Between you and me, Angelina, she kind of cut it a little close there. But the rest of you guys did great. So, in all seriousness, if you had told me a year ago that we'd be having a graduation ceremony, I probably wouldn't have believed you. I know we're all sick and tired about hearing how this was a tough year for you, and your class has been through a lot, because who would know that better than us? But it's hard to ignore how the pandemic has changed our high school experience. Over the past year, we've had to deal with a lot of change, both globally and within our own lives. And these changes have forced us to really consider what matters to us, what we can't live without, what is essential. This is especially true when it comes to school. Being deprived of a normal education for a year really makes you consider what that normal education really means, and leaving Maine-Endwell makes you consider what you're going to miss about it. This is something I thought about a lot, and it was something I couldn't really figure out for a while. But this last summer, I think I figured out what it is about these last 14 years that stood out to me. You see, this past summer, my family helped my grandma move out of her old house. She had lived in this house for 42 years, so a lot of memories lived within its walls. In the process of moving, these memories seemed to resurface in old family photos and the countless knickknacks my grandpa stored in the basement, and in my grandma's old nursing school yearbook. Now, when I handed my grandma that yearbook, she was able to remember every single person in it, and even had a few stories to tell about their time together. And despite all these years that had gone by between when she was a student and now, my grandma still remembered these long-forgotten interactions she had with her peers. And this made me realize something. What matters... Sorry. What matters are the connections we make and with other people at Maine-Endwell. What matters are the people who shape our lives and change us in ways we don't even realize. What matters are the seemingly insignificant interactions we have every day. What matters is you guys. You all have had an immeasurable impact on my life, and I'm sure that's true for every person here. We're lucky in a way to have a small class size because it's given us the chance to form stronger connections with one another. I've known many of you for a majority of my life, and I don't think there's a single person here who I haven't had a conversation with, even if it was just about some upcoming class or not wanting to go to SEL. By going to school together day after day, year after year, we've connected over shared experiences that no one else but us will really have. Who else would remember going to Star Lab at Maine Memorial in elementary? Whoa. Sorry. Who else but us would remember Star Lab at Maine Memorial in elementary school? Who else but us would remember being so obsessed with Gaga Ball that they would put it at our 8th grade dance and at our after prom? Who else but you guys would remember what it's like to go through your last year of high school in the height of a global pandemic? These day-to-day occurrences and conversations, even when they seemed insignificant, are the built history that we share and will carry forward as we leave here. I couldn't tell you anything I learned in geometry class. Sorry, Mr. Beebe. But I still remember meeting some of you for the first time in Mrs. Barron's kindergarten class. After everything here today is said and done, after we've graduated and moved on from Maine-Endwell, after we lived our lives and can hardly remember anything we've learned, the connections we've made with others will be all that matters. While frantically studying for the AP English exam this year, I came across a poem that I think beautifully describes what I've been trying to say in a better way than I ever could. The poem, called An Arundel Tomb, describes the statue of two long dead nobles, which, unlike all the other statues in the tomb, shows the ancient pair holding hands. Now, the College Board, on its never ending quest to destroy all joy, uh, they viewed the poem as pretty cynical, stating that the gesture of love was never meant to last and thus likely held no real significance. But in the ending line, in my opinion, I feel it paints a more hopeful picture when it states how, quote, the stone fidelity they hardly meant has come to be their final blazon, and to prove our almost instinct almost true. What will survive of us is love. Congratulations to all of you, and thank you for everything. Also, happy birthday to my sister Kate.
Thank you, Jackson. How about another round of applause for that fantastic accomplishment this year, salutatorian of our class. At this time, I welcome to the stage Nicolette Bleckham, the valedictorian of the class of 2021. I think it blew away. This darn wind. Oh, I got it. It settled on the bottom of the podium. All right, this will be easier to read.
I'm sure there are some of you who hardly know me or only have a vague recollection of me from some third grade class. Considering that Jackson and I have many of our friends in common, this might be the second speech in a row for some of you where someone you don't know that well is trying to talk about your life and your future. It's absolutely true that we did not all have the same experience, and that's okay. Some of us gravitated towards sports, or music, or drama, or art, or tech, or something even outside of the scope of Maine-Endwell. I myself had absolutely no talent for art or tech. I was a bit of a music kid, and I did one sport, but mainly I was the girl who crammed her schedule with all the AP and fast forward classes. Though I am honored to give this address, who is giving a speech or the cords around our necks are not the point of today. This is all about our accomplishments, and I'm grateful that we are able to celebrate our graduation as a class together. Regardless of what our specific experience was in high school, we will all walk away today with a diploma from Maine-Endwell. Our future goals, whether they be academic, artistic, athletic, military, career-oriented, or any combination of these, are now one step closer. We've all hit this milestone, and there are still many more ahead. They won't be easy. The part of our lives that has revolved around high school has ended, but the world does not stop. There is still a lot of time ahead of us, and that is truly a beautiful thing. All the possibilities of life are there for the taking. But with that time comes the reality of life. Success is not graduating from high school and going on to live a perfect life. There will be setbacks and there will be changes. Many of us will not have the exact life that we envision today. Remember that we have all already faced these things. We have all had a test, a performance, a game, or a friendship
that did not go the way we wanted. We have all faced change. If your life has gone the exact way you thought it would when you were 10, then you clearly know something the rest of us don't. Just as our experiences here were not the same, the things that will stick with us will also vary. Regardless, we have all learned invaluable lessons at Maine-Endwell. The things we have learned in the classroom, from our friends, on the field, or on the stage have helped us and can help us overcome setbacks and changes. Avoiding these things is simply not possible. Overcoming them is success. If we leave Maine-Endwell and take the best parts of ourselves, the parts that pushed us through all these years and got us into these chairs today, the parts that pushed us through a global pandemic and online learning, the parts that have had hopes and dreams for the future since our first grade teachers asked us what we wanted to be when we grew up, the parts that our friends will fondly remember when they think back on the time they spent with us in school. If we take those parts, we will succeed. I will not wish you luck because everything we have achieved and will achieve is not the result of luck. Mere luck is not the reason we are here. Congratulations, class of 2021. Congratulations on what you have done today. In the future, I will congratulate you on what you will accomplish tomorrow and every day after that. Thank you.
Nice job, Nicolette Blackham, the valedictorian of the class of 2021. Congratulations on your amazing achievement and being the best of the best. We're going to be fighting the wind all night here. Here we go. At this time, I want to take a moment to recognize students in our class that have signed their letter of intent to serve our country and the nation's armed forces. When I say your name, please rise. Matthew Fernan, United States Marine Corps. Matthew Kraft, United States Army. Lily Pangburn, New York Army National Guard. And Bryce St. Clair, U.S. Military Academy at West Point. On behalf of the Maine-Endwell community, let us be the first to thank you for your commitment to our country. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to introduce Mrs. Rufo and her helpers as they do our senior song, Homeward Bound. Wonderful job, Mrs. Rufo and our senior chorus members. Thank you. It is now time. This is what we came here for, the conferring of diplomas. It is my duty and honor to certify to our Board of Education and State of New York that the students before you have fulfilled the requirements to graduate with a New York State diploma. We will now begin the act of presenting diplomas to these graduates. First up, we made him a new one. Evstratios Iraklis Anastos. Yep. Kayla Marie Benjamin. Peyton James Bennett. Nicolette Bleckham. Emma Catherine Blake. Talon Michael Burrish. Elisa Joy Chernichenko. Catherine Mackenzie Crunden. Amanda Lauren DeSantis. Isabella Maria DeRosa. Nova R. Fleming. Morgan Mott. Let me try that again. Zachary Robert Morgan Gamache. Daniel Philip George. Madison Elizabeth Gilbert. Maxwell Perry Giordano. Elena Monica Goldstone. Mackenzie Alexis Gray. Hannah Jacqueline. Taylor Brooke Hagquist. Mia Ann Hartung. Emily Grace Hine. Colin Hill. Madeline Mary Hoskins. Kayla Jean Howard. Emily Rose Hubbard. Sadie Elizabeth Kaczynski. Emily Grace Carilla. Justin James Climb. Mary Elizabeth Kirchbaum. Ethan Michael Kurkowski. Emily Marie Lamb. Julia Rose Langton. Helena H. Layton. Zachary Robert Lennox. Ann Lynn. Caitlin Grace Lockhart. Kate Elizabeth Luddington. Jackson E. McCauley. Mariah Marie Nalepa. Abigail Marie Paconi. Sophia Elizabeth Pelton. Annabella Catherine Reagan. Connor Joseph Rush. Angelina Rose Severino. Bryce Alexander Sinclair. Ian Knight Smith. Jessica McRae Spearling. Sarah Marie Steplick. Lindsay Ann Stokes. Justice Kiera Teeples. Angela Marie Thomas. Mary Margaret Watson. Gianna Nicole Williams. Bailey Nicole Wood. Jake Ronald Wonder. Jenna Beth Zunick. Julianne Elise Zunick. Riley Claire Zunick. Jenna Marie Zwarzinski. Aaron Christopher Alderman. Vasiliki Eleftheria Anastos. Did I do all right? Did I butcher it? Not too bad. Brittany May Arnold. Santino Abar. Sarah Ruth Barnes. Taylor A. Boswine. Erin Marie Bixler. Alexander Matthew Brady. Jessica J. Bridges. Nathaniel Patrick Brown. And a student with an amazing accomplishment, especially this year, perfect attendance this year, Kaylin Burston. Jack Joseph Carden. Leah Rose Carlini. Abigail L. Cass. John M. Chanis III. Christina Chanthazone. Jacob Peter Chopiak. Sophia Rose Chochi. Noah James Cole. Christopher James Cook. Michaela Rosemarie Cook. Zachary Matthew Cook. Natalie Rose Cornwell. Sarah Beth Costello. Julia Faith Coy. Nicholas J. Craig. Jacob McCreary Crandall. Christopher Darren Cruz. Anna Mora Dean. Kyle James Decker. Maximus Vincent DeLuca. Melissa Kate Demo. Jonna Ann Dickey. Ryan Samuel Edwards. Ravenscroft Rochelle Evans. Matthew Patrick Fernan. Ariana M. Finch. Bryden Zane Fish. Aiden James Fuller. Joseph Anthony Gallagher. Zachary Geeter. Cameron Ali Griggs. Sorry, Colin Michael Gladhill. Shannon Grace Guilfoyle. Lance Lawrence Gulliver. Aiden Gabriel Hackley. Alexis H. Hammond. Margaret Rose Hart. Awesome. Jessica Hahn. Isaiah Fajardo Hibinata. Logan James Hines. Paul Benjamin Holacek. Keith Thomas Howard Jr.
Whoa, sounds like a train.
Graydon Chester Howell.
Good work, buddy.
Evelyn Elizabeth Isham. Maisie May Isham. Mary Rose Isham. Keyshawn Malik Jefferson. Zachary Aaron Kittle. Allison Marie Cody. Matthew Alexander Kraft. Bradley Alexander Labar. Michaela Ray Lee. Madeline Sukata Leichler. Melissa Marie Lopez. Ryan Elizabeth Lynch. John Gabriel Malawaki. James Mancini. Oh, John, you come back, they didn't get the shot. Lucas John Mandyke. Samantha Ray McLean. Jolene McConnell. William Jack McFadden. Reagan Lucille McQuaid. Matthew John Molesky. Madeline Taylor Metzger. Mariella Livia McKeedy. Daja Lin Ming. Michael Adam Marak. Jenna M. Morgan. Jonathan Morgan. Ashley Nicole Morgus. Dylan Michael Mosier. Dylan Garcia Molter. Chanel S. Musang. Joseph L. No. Owen Casey O'Connor. Sarah Jane Olson. Nicholas Avery Olson. Jessica Ann Padden. Lily Nicole Pangburn. Ethan John Pastrick. Aiden David Patrick. Gage Tyler Pease. Malik K. Pointer. Joseph William Provenzano. Emma Rose Radigan. Caleb Stephen Reed. Jenna Renee Reynolds. Madeleine Elizabeth Robillard. Curtis John Robitaille. Nicholas Peter Roma. Jackson Hathaway Rotella. Jacob Richard Rowe. Riley Elizabeth Russell. Maria Lisseth Salazar. Dylan James Schumacher. Savannah Jade Scott. Cassidy Lynn Seastrand. Owen Christopher Seavey. Haley McRee Seacrest. Trevor John Tenhave. Trevor. Kobe R. Sissenstein. Kaylee Marie Smith. Michael Joseph Smith. Jessica Springer. Casey Beth Terenzi. Alexis Olivia Valet. Ethan John Lee Veersamy. Liston A. Walters. Tyler Gerald Wilson. Good job, Tyler. Davis Allen Wanchison. Elise Priscilla Westcott. Sydney Paige Westcott. Cameron Malik White. Haley Ann Wilcox. Madison Lee Wynn. Destiny Renee Wood. Dimitri Leon Ebson. That is your Maine-Endwell Central School District class of 2021. At this time, we will now perform the Maine-Endwell Central School District alma mater. The words can be found in the back of your program. Yeah. Thank you, senior chorus members. At this time, I would now like to re-invite our valedictorian, Nicolette Bleckham, back up to the stage for the turning of the tassel. right. Please stand and congratulate your class of 2021. Congratulations, Maine-Endwell Senior High School Spartans. Seniors, make sure you take the bags under your chairs. And families, please drive home safely. Thank you for coming tonight, and thank you for watching from home. Mr. Kohler, please report to the stage. Mr. Kohler, please report to the stage.